What if I told you that you're not just a physical being, but a multidimensional entity experiencing reality on multiple levels simultaneously? By you even clicking on this video, you obviously understand that you are just more than a mere meat suit, as some would call it. You know you are a part of something far greater beyond our extremely limited senses on this plane. So in this video, we're going to explore the spiritual dimensions of reality. Stick around until the end, because this promises to be the most complete guide to the spiritual dimensions of reality and how they operate. From the familiar third dimension of physical matter to the higher realms of consciousness, such as 5D. But then we step into the higher dimensions of soul families and oversouls, and even reaching God. Feel free to grab a coffee, find a comfortable position, and have your ears in tune to the knowledge of the higher realms. Without further ado, let's begin. Rudolf Steiner's concept of the astral world aligns with the notion of a fourth dimension. Picture a scenario where we could fully grasp how entities in these higher dimensions interpret our three-dimensional reality. Akin to how we understand a two-dimensional diagram without the flat figure comprehending our three-dimensional existence, Steiner's ideas might encourage us to look into new areas of awareness that push us to rethink our understanding of reality. How might we begin to traverse these higher dimensions? Envisioning a future where we can attune ourselves to various frequencies of consciousness could serve as a practical analogy, akin to adjusting a radio dial. Each frequency may unlock additional planes of existence, revealing experiences that have perpetually been accessible, yet remain outside our conscious awareness. The exploration of multiple realities is not a novel idea. This theme permeates spiritual traditions across diverse cultures and epochs. We are on the verge of forging a lexicon that synthesizes these age-old concepts with contemporary quantum theories, potentially bridging significant gaps in our understanding. Whether referred to as planes or dimensions, the essential takeaway is clear. Our perceived reality constitutes merely one fragment of a far more extensive, multidimensional existence ripe for exploration. The spiritual author Seth, channeled by author Jane Roberts, enriches this discourse by indicating that the dimensions we access correspond to various states of reality. He argues that while our current experience is confined to three dimensions, the fourth dimension tantalizingly beckons us toward deeper exploration. Envision a future in which we recognize the multiplicity of dimensions coexisting around us, each layer inviting multilateral investigation. One of the most intriguing propositions emerging from this discourse is that all these dimensions exist within the same spatial coordinates concurrently. As we prepare to engage in this exploration, we may come to find that these higher dimensions are not elusive or separate, but merged into our familiar three-dimensional realm. Our focus and level of consciousness will dictate which layer of this vibrant reality we engage with, revealing profound truths about our existence. Imagine a world where reality is simplified to just a single point, with no directions, no up, down, left or right. This idea represents the first dimension and is the starting point for understanding all the more complex dimensions that follow. Thinking about this concept can push us to rethink the way we usually see and understand our existence, moving beyond our usual three-dimensional view of the world. In various spiritual philosophies, this primordial dimension is frequently linked to the idea of oneness. It encapsulates a state where temporal constructs, past, present, and future, converge into a singularity of the eternal now. This dimension signifies the initial awareness of what is sometimes referred to as the universal soul or universal mind, a shared consciousness permeating all existence. This metaphorical seed embodies the entirety of the universe's potential, within its diminutive form. Investigating the nature of consciousness in this fundamental dimension poses significant challenges. Traditional spiritual teachings suggest that early forms of existence on Earth, such as minerals, predominantly reflect a state of 1D consciousness. These entities, if they can be termed as such, are oriented towards the elemental aspects of existence, pure being without the complexities of higher awareness. Interestingly, some spiritual perspectives assert that many humans exist primarily as 1D entities operating within a 3D environment. While this assertion may initially seem counterintuitive, consider the significant number of individuals who maintain a sole focus on survival and basic needs. This phenomenon aligns with the characteristics attributed to the root chakra, which is associated with the first dimension. In this sense, these individuals seem to engage with the fundamental aspects of existence, despite their presence in a more complex reality. The progression through dimensionality is not instantaneous, according to various spiritual frameworks. It is posited that a soul traverses multiple lifetimes within the first two dimensions to cultivate sufficient consciousness for incarnation as a physical human. This evolution mirrors the gradual unfolding of a flower's petals, revealing a fuller expression of existence. But why should individuals anchored in the 3D perspective be concerned with this primordial dimension? The significance lies in the profound unity it symbolizes. By engaging with 1D consciousness, we have the potential to experience a deep-seated sense of interconnectedness with all of creation. This interaction serves as a reminder that beneath the remarkable complexity and diversity of our universe lies an essential unity that binds all forms of existence. Such an understanding can be transformative. It indicates that the spiritual journey encompasses not solely ascension to higher dimensions, but also reconnection with the fundamental essence of existence. Recognizing that within each individual resides the seed of all potential mirrors, the notion that the one-dimensional point contains an infinity of possibilities within it. Think about how a point turns into a line. This change is a basic step in creating dimensions and marks the beginning of duality, the idea of distinguishing between this and that. This first split allows energy to divide into two opposites, often seen as positive and negative. These concepts aren't just abstract ideas. They are essential to how energy moves and forms different shapes and things in our universe. In the second dimension, consciousness begins to delineate the boundary between self and other, representing a crucial leap in individual identity formation. This basic recognition serves as the bedrock for our comprehension of time, space, and personal identity, facilitating a more sophisticated awareness of existence. To conceptualize existence within the second dimension, envision the life cycles of flora, which exhibit phototropic behavior in response to solar cycles. Organisms such as plants and lower animals typify this dimension by embodying a species-based consciousness and predominantly anchoring themselves in the present moment, a reflection of the inherent duality of existence. Notably, mycelial networks in fungi have been posited to possess a unique intelligence that might connect them to higher dimensional entities, challenging our conventional understanding. The idea that mushrooms could operate as cosmic antennas invites intriguing speculation. The complexities of duality in the second dimension are embodied by the yin-yang emblem, a timeless symbol of the balance between contrasting forces essential for the mechanisms of creation and evolution. Much like how the interaction of day with night or light alongside shadow generates a dynamic tension, the polarities inherent to this dimension are vital for development and change. Understanding the second dimension helps us see how our feelings and instincts work. Our emotions often come in pairs that are opposite to each other, like joy and sorrow, love and fear, or excitement and anxiety. This back-and-forth nature of these emotions can greatly affect the choices we make and how we experience life. Various spiritual methodologies aim to navigate and harmonize these emotional dualities. Practices such as meditation, energy work, and chakra alignment foster equilibrium among these opposing forces. By engaging with these polarities, individuals can cultivate a stable emotional landscape and enhance spiritual insights. Moreover, the sacral chakra emerges prominently in the context of the second dimension, symbolizing nurturing, creativity, and the genesis of civilizations. This correlation underscores the dimension's role in our emotional and instinctual development. By harnessing the energies associated with this chakra, one can unlock heightened levels of creativity and emotional intelligence. As we transition into the third dimension, reflecting on the principles of 2D consciousness can provide helpful strategies for reconciling internal conflicts and opposing forces. In moments of indecision or emotional turmoil, remember the teachings intrinsic to the second dimension. Embrace the duality, seek balance, and you may uncover a new harmonization in your lived experience. Have you ever contemplated the rationale behind our soul's choice to inhabit this dense physical reality? As we navigate the third dimension, our current physical plane, we encounter a world that is simultaneously familiar and perplexing. The limitations inherent to this dimension might appear constrictive when juxtaposed with the freedom offered by higher vibrational realms, yet these constraints could very well be the foundational components of our spiritual evolution. The third dimension presents a unique set of challenges and experiential opportunities crucial for our growth as sentient beings. Within this framework, we grapple with the concept of linear time, which enables us to perceive the past, present, and future as discrete yet interconnected segments. This linearity forms a cognitive construct through which we can analyze events and make decisions, playing a vital role in our individual development. More than a mere timeline, it serves as a cosmic pedagogical platform where every obstacle is a meticulously designed lesson. Envision Earth as a spiritual institution where souls from various corners of the universe wrestle for the chance to incarnate. The Seth material, channeled by spiritual author Jane Roberts, characterizes our planet as one of the most rigorous environments for spiritual maturation, presenting formidable tests that challenge consciousness to adeptly manage its energetic capacity. This view resonates with numerous spiritual traditions, all of which regard physical incarnation as a profound opportunity for learning and evolution. Within this dimension, the experience of individuality and perceived separation, although seemingly at odds with the unity of higher realms, facilitates the exploration of causality and karmic principles through our interactions with both others and the environment. It is within these relational dynamics that we glean our most significant insights regarding self-awareness, love, and the essence of reality. The law of one material posits that the third dimension is specifically calibrated for the cultivation of self-awareness through the navigation of polarities and psychological suffering. This experiential intensity is magnified in this dimension to catalyze spiritual awakening, akin to a cosmic gymnasium where we fortify our spiritual faculties through resistance and ordeal. So why would our souls opt for such a demanding environment? The answer lies in the unparalleled opportunities it affords. In the third dimension, the rigidity of time and space engenders a depth of learning and experience that is seldom matched in higher realms. This fixed structure contrasts sharply with the fluid dynamics present in elevated dimensions, allowing for full immersion in each lesson and experience we encounter. As we traverse this physical reality, We are consistently confronted with choices that mold our pathways and our comprehension of ourselves. Every decision and interaction functions as a pivotal juncture in our spiritual journey. The challenges presented to us are not arbitrary hurdles, but rather intricately orchestrated prospects for development and self-discovery. Understanding the purpose of our life can change how we see our daily experiences. What might feel like boring chores or unimportant encounters are actually important lessons in the larger picture of existence. The challenges and struggles we encounter shouldn't be seen as punishments. Instead, they are opportunities for us to practice and grow our spiritual understanding. As we cultivate an awareness of the interconnectedness of all beings and the illusory nature of separation, we take a critical step towards ascending into higher dimensions. This comprehension does not materialize effortlessly. It is the product of myriad experiences, trials, and transformative moments. With each realization we achieve, we expand our consciousness and inch closer to transcending the limitations entrenched in the third-dimensional experience. Have you ever experienced a dream so vividly that it blurred the line between the dream state and reality? As we delve into the fourth dimension, we enter a domain where the distinctions between tangible reality and subjective imagination become increasingly ambiguous. This realm, often termed the astral plane, emphasizes the profound impact of our emotions and thoughts, which shape our experiences in ways that transcend conventional understanding. The fourth dimension isn't merely a theoretical construct confined to science fiction. It represents a spiritual reality with which we engage more frequently than we might perceive. Within this dimension, time does not adhere to the linear progression familiar in our three-dimensional existence. Instead, it exists in a simultaneous construct where past, present, and future intermingle, allowing for a unique vantage point on our life experiences that encompasses a multitude of choices and consequences across successive lifetimes. This expansive perspective is a key feature of the insights accessible within the fourth dimension. Our most prevalent conduit to this intricate realm is through dreams. During sleep, our astral body, a non-corporeal counterpart to our physical being, activates and embarks on explorations beyond the confines of waking consciousness. These nocturnal excursions are not mere neural whims, but rather opportunities for spiritual growth, synthesizing our daily experiences while unveiling potential pathways for future exploration. What if one could intentionally navigate this dreamscape? This is where the practice of lucid dreaming comes into play. By achieving awareness and control over the dream state, individuals can effectively guide their experiences within the fourth dimension. Many report that such lucid encounters often feel more tangible than waking life itself, enabling manipulation of one's environment through the sheer power of thought. In this context, one acts as the director, performer, and set designer of a personal cosmic narrative. However, the fourth dimension is not solely a realm for subconscious exploration. It also purportedly houses various entities and spirits that extend beyond our physical perception. During practices such as astral projection or deep meditative states, numerous individuals report interactions with spirit guides, extraterrestrial intelligences, or other higher dimensional beings. These interactions frequently involve communication via thought forms, circumventing the limitations of spoken language and hinting at how consciousness might operate beyond our familiar three-dimensional framework. A particularly captivating element of the fourth dimension is its intricate relationship with time and manifestation. Within this domain, desires can be actualized through the power of thought, highlighting a realm rich in creativity and emotional expanse, unconstrained by the rigid physical laws governing our three-dimensional reality. As such, the fourth dimension becomes an essential conduit for spiritual evolution, enabling exploration into the capabilities of our consciousness in reality formation. So how can we engage with this remarkable dimension with greater intentionality? The pathway involves cultivating our psychic faculties and enhancing intuitive capabilities. Practices such as meditation, channeling, and energy work can enrich our connection to the fourth dimension, fostering deeper spiritual insight and understanding. As we refine these abilities, we become increasingly proficient in traversing the astral plane, unlocking higher levels of consciousness and potentiality. It is essential to recognize that the fourth dimension is not exclusively a realm of illumination. It also serves as a battleground for the duality of good and evil, presenting the emotional complexities arising from our experiences. This dimension acts as a transitional space for spiritual awakening, urging us to develop qualities such as unconditional love and empathy, which are crucial for ascending to higher dimensions of consciousness. The fifth dimension, commonly designated as the causal plane, represents a realm in which the formless manifests into form. It encompasses the pinnacle of ideals encountered throughout our exploration of dimensions. Envision an existence where the distinctions between self and the external universe dissolve completely. In the fifth dimension, we experience what is known as unity consciousness, an awareness that transcends dualistic concepts of good and bad, recognizing the intrinsic value and purpose in all facets of existence. This dimension is characterized by unconditional love and a non-judgmental perspective, where the perceived separations that we navigate in lower dimensions fade into a profound sense of interconnectedness. A defining feature of the fifth dimension is its intrinsic relationship with reality itself. Here, individuals possess the capacity to shape their reality through the intentional manipulation of mental energy. The mental body serves as the cognitive framework underlying all physical manifestations. Consequently, thoughts and intentions in the fifth dimension have the potential to materialize instantaneously, molding the surrounding environment in ways that may appear extraordinary when viewed through the lens of the third dimension. Contrast this with the third dimensional experience, where manifesting desires typically involves a protracted process characterized by planning, action, and patience. In the fifth dimension, this temporal lag between thought and manifestation is effectively eliminated. It resembles a scenario where the universe acts as an extension of one's consciousness, responding promptly and accurately to individual will. This mechanism of instantaneous manifestation is intricately linked to the notions of parallel realities and quantum jumping. Within the fifth dimension, individuals may gain the ability to perceive and navigate across various timelines and possibilities. Matthias de Stefano posits that in this realm, one learns to employ time travel capabilities and the perception of timelines, assimilating all experiences from the third and fourth dimensions into a unified consciousness. Imagine the fifth dimension as an extensive, interconnected network where all points exist in relation to one another. In this framework, individuals embody both the creator and the created, the observer and the observed. This degree of interconnectedness facilitates a dynamic flow of information and energy that transcends our conventional understanding of spatial and temporal constructs. The astral dimensions, commencing with the fourth dimension and gaining significance in the fifth dimension and beyond, are often termed the realms of desire. This designation arises from the heightened ease of instant manifestation within these dimensions. This zone is frequently referred to as the mid-creation realm, while the third and fourth dimensions are categorized as the lower creation realm. Due to the facilitation of manifestation, certain entities, particularly those within the sixth dimension and above, may lose touch with the experience of limitations. To reacquaint themselves with this experience, they may intentionally choose to reincarnate within the first, second, and third dimensions. If they retain awareness of their pre-birth essence, they may evolve into higher density beings within the third dimensional Earth, akin to Jesus. Have you ever contemplated the possibility that your true familial connections extend far beyond your terrestrial ties? As we delve into higher dimensional frameworks, we encounter a complex, interconnected cosmic tapestry of souls that challenges conventional understandings of our role within the universe. Welcome to the domain of soul families and oversouls, where the delineations of individuality become nebulous and our relationships transcend both time and space. Picture a vast cosmic library, an archive of every thought, experience, and potentiality that has ever existed or will exist. This concept aligns with the principles of the Akashic records, which gain palpable significance as we progress into elevated dimensions. The universal soul manifests as a reflection of the unmanifested source, encompassing all intelligence and knowledge within manifest reality. Within this boundless reservoir resides our authentic spiritual heritage. Upon our initial differentiation from the universal soul, we become integrated into a soul family, typically consisting of 30 to 50 individual souls who share profound interconnectedness and collaborate across multiple incarnations. Envision this as a cosmic ensemble in which each member contributes a distinct frequency, forming a rich, harmonious collection of experiences that enhances the collective. However, this is merely the inception of a more advanced system. As we ascend to the sixth dimension and beyond, we access the spirit realms, home to advanced beings like archangels and ascended masters who serve as guides and mentors to those in lower dimensions, ourselves included. The law of one framework describes the sixth dimension as embodying unity and balance, where entities learn to synchronize love and wisdom. It is in this elevated space that we encounter our higher self, an overseeing aspect of our soul that guides us through the continuum of our past incarnations. Moreover, the idea of oversouls presents another dimension to this cosmic lineage. Oversouls represent higher dimensional aspects that learn and evolve through the experiences of their individuated manifestations. This can be likened to a celestial chess game, where the Oversoul acts as the strategist, and each incarnated being represents pieces on the board, each navigating through life with deliberate intention and awareness. You may now question, if I am intricately woven into this expansive cosmic design, why is there a lack of remembrance regarding my soul family? The answer lies in the premise that we are not designed to possess full access to this knowledge in our current state. Our terrestrial experiences are intricately structured to facilitate specific learning opportunities and avenues for growth. However, this does not imply a complete severance from our higher dimensional connections. Engaging in spiritual modalities such as meditation and channeling enables us to bridge the gap between our earthbound consciousness and our higher dimensional selves. Through these practices, we can begin to attune to the subtle frequencies from our soul family and oversoul. It resembles adjusting a radio receiver to detect distant signals. Over time, these communications become increasingly lucid and frequent. The most compelling aspect emerges as we align with our higher dimensional selves. We begin to reveal our soul contracts and life purposes. These contracts are not rigid determinisms, but rather dynamic agreements established with our soul family to facilitate mutual growth. By harmonizing with these elevated intentions, we can navigate our earthly existence with enhanced clarity and purpose. Consider the higher dimensions as the cognitive control center of our reality. From this vantage point, both our oversouls and soul families can comprehend the broader narrative of our journey. They possess insight into how each experience, challenge, and relationship integrates into our overarching development. By accessing this wisdom through meditation and introspective practices, we can make choices that resonate with our higher purpose and contribute to the collective evolution of our entire soul family. The source dimension, known by many names across cultures and traditions, represents a reality that transcends form, time, and space. Some call it God, others Brahman, or the Absolute. But no matter the name, this concept points to an ultimate reality from which all existence emanates. It's like a cosmic blank canvas, the pure potential from which all of reality is painted. Now, you might be thinking, how can we possibly describe something that's beyond all human concepts? And you'd be right to ask. The challenge of articulating the nature of the source dimension has puzzled sages and mystics for millennia. Seth, the multidimensional being channeled by Jane Roberts, puts it beautifully. There is a reality beyond human reality, beyond human characteristics that you know, and within that reality even I am dwarfed. And there is knowledge that can never be verbal. And there is experience that cannot be translated in human terms. This ineffable nature of the source is echoed in many spiritual traditions. In Hinduism, for example, the concept of para-Brahman represents a state entirely beyond description and understanding. It's a reminder that our human minds, wonderful as they are, have their limits when it comes to grasping the ultimate nature of reality. But don't let that discourage you. Even if we can't fully comprehend the source dimension, we can still explore its implications for our spiritual journey. Think of it this way: if the source is the blank canvas, then we are the brushstrokes, unique expressions of that ultimate reality playing in the lower dimensions. Seth, too, another aspect of the Seth entity, offers a profound perspective on this. You must realize that each reality is unique and precious and a part of the whole. And so will you awaken, and so have you awakened. And so, even in the trance of physical focus, are you already awake to your own greater reality. This suggests that even as we navigate the seemingly separate realms of our physical existence, we're always connected to our source. The idea of the source dimension challenges us to expand our understanding of consciousness itself. Seth tells us, consciousness had first to create the void or the dimension in which the system could exist, and also to endow that void with all the probabilities for development that have come about in your time and are to come about. This paints a picture of consciousness as the fundamental creative force of reality, birthing the very space in which our experiences unfold. As we contemplate the source dimension, we're invited to consider a profound truth. All dimensions are interconnected, and our spiritual journey is ultimately about returning to the realization of our oneness with Source. This is the ultimate spiritual awakening, the recognition that we are not separate from the source of all that is, but are in fact expressions of it. Imagine for a moment that you're holding a prism. When you shine a light through it, it splits into a beautiful rainbow of colors. Each color is distinct, yet they all come from the same source. This is much like the diverse spiritual teachings we encounter. They may seem different, even contradictory at times, but they all stem from the same ultimate reality. The concept of relative truth suggests that our individual experiences and perspectives shape our understanding of reality. What's true for you might not be true for someone else. Yet there's also the idea of absolute truth, a universal, unchanging reality that exists beyond our limited perceptions. But how do we reconcile these seemingly opposing views? The key lies in expanding our consciousness. As we grow spiritually, we begin to see the value in diverse teachings. Each perspective offers a unique piece of the cosmic puzzle, contributing to a more complete understanding of existence. It's like climbing a mountain. At each level, you see a different view, but it's all part of the same landscape. Consider the words of Eckhart Tolle. Words reduce reality to something the human mind can grasp, which isn't very much. This profound statement reminds us of the limitations of human concepts when trying to articulate spiritual truths. Perhaps then, the seemingly conflicting spiritual teachings are merely different attempts to describe the indescribable. The law of one material offers an intriguing perspective on this. It suggests that dimensions are horizontal while densities are vertical. This concept invites us to consider that different spiritual teachings might be describing the same phenomena from varying angles. It's not about right or wrong, but about different vantage points on the same cosmic reality. Matthias de Stefano takes this idea further, proposing that understanding spiritual dimensions requires seeing them as interconnected rather than isolated. Each dimension, according to de Stefano, serves a purpose in our spiritual journey. This holistic view embraces both the diversity and unity of spiritual teachings. Think of a hologram. When you break a hologram into pieces, each fragment contains the entire image. Similarly, every spiritual teaching, no matter how different it may seem, holds a fragment of the greater truth. As we integrate these diverse perspectives, we begin to see the larger picture of spiritual reality. But why is this integration of perspectives so crucial? As we expand our consciousness, we start to perceive the interconnectedness of all truths. It's like putting on a pair of 3D glasses. Suddenly, what once appeared flat and contradictory now has depth and harmony. As you reflect on what you've learned, ask yourself, what dimension will you tune into today? Remember, every moment offers an opportunity to expand your awareness and connect with the infinite possibilities of existence. Your journey through the spiritual dimensions is uniquely yours. Embrace it with wonder and anticipation. Thank you for making it this far, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.